Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P-Funk, thinking right out here in the lab. What do what I do for you? Hold on. I got my yacht on the brain, so I got some more information for you today. Let's get this party started. Right as the 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. Message is story for the life. I'm giving life lessons. You tune in, receiving them. The numbers tell me that, so I appreciate you. Let's do what we do. Right Thinkers mission, and that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right Thinkers way of life, and it is a way of life through mental and spiritual discipline daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. That's my mission. As the master, I want all my right thinkers to at least know themselves. You can not know nothing else. Don't care. But you need to know thyself. That's my goal, to get all right thinkers to do just that. That's what I do for you. Let's go. Let's get this thing on. Know thyself. Question. Rhetorical, but I gotta ask because you need to think first. Do I know me? A lot of us think we do. Quick lesson. No, I do that after I get started. Know thyself. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You teach them. That's what I do. That do for you. Stay tuned. I got you. I appreciate you too. A person who knows not and believes and thinks that they know, dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows but knows not that they know is asleep spiritually. I'm a spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do. Excuse me. A person who knows, excuse me, and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons, they reside in you. Right thinkers. Know that self. And to my eye, be true. Speaking of my girl, yeah, I'm still in her philosophy. And this is going to be, the day lesson is going to be about the science of virtues. And I'm going to back it up with one last problem or concept, which is a synopsis of Maya philosophy from the Kemetic text. I'm going to break down a few things about Maya philosophy in a little nice little neat package. I wrap it up with that. So let's go. Get your popcorn, seatbelt on. Let's go. The science of virtues. What does that mean? First of all, you understand this. The soul is a prisoner of its what? Own ignorance. No conscious. That's your job. The soul is from God. Consciousness is what He gave us to figure it out. So in this condition, it is what? It's fettered with the chains of what? Ignorance. Ignorance means you don't know yourself. If you're ignorant, you don't know you. And watch this. These are things that's gonna caused by what? Being ignorant of your higher self. And this condition is fettered with what? The chains of what? Ignorance to an existence where it has no control over its fate in life. The spirit don't do nothing but just give you life. He gave you the consciousness to put them two together and become whole. The purpose of each virtue is to what? Remove one fetters. Get better, do the right thing. The better you get, the less fetters you're going to have. Why? Because you start to know what you're doing. You have a plan. You have an ulterior motive that you're doing, not just haphazardly doing stuff, throwing up against the wall, see what stick. Trial and error. Think, become rational. Use your virtues. Let's talk about it. Virtues. What are they? They are practiced to do what? To promote peace of mind and body, aka Hotep. It's spelled HTP. You could take the E's out or take the O's out. HOTEP or HETEP. I spell it when I spell it out. I use the E's instead of the O's. Okay. But it means peace within the mind and body. Become one when it's at peace. And virtuous living will cause that peace of mind. Watch. Peace of mind, again, promotes study and listening. Study and listening does what? Promotes reflection, reflection on life, and the teachings what allowed the mind to become concentrated and fixed on and focused on a certain thing. You are what you think and believe you are. What better believe than understand or believe that you're God? Oh, I'm human. I'm just human. Small mind, wrong thinking. Moving on. Now, what's the idea of making the mind and body still? Meditation. Learning how to, let's talk about concentration of the mind allows meditation to occur. Told you. Meditation is freeing the mind. Stop thinking of everything. Free the mind. Let it do. Of course, it will do something if you learn how to let it do that. That's meditation. That's the art of meditating, letting go. Meditation allows what? The experiencing of what? Increasing levels of what? Awareness from within beyond the regular state of what? Waking consciousness. Just because you woke, okay, that's fine. But when you go into meditative state, you try to become more awoke and more in commune with your higher self, raising your conscious level. That's how it's done. You see the guy, they chanting, they go into the meditative state of mind. They're letting go. They're freeing themselves. They're raising the conscious level to get closer to God. It's a spiritual thing. It's all done within, not out there. So outward fashion of God don't mean nothing. It's the inward showing of God what counts. Trust me. Now, when you become awakened conscious, you become aware beyond what your regular state of waking consciousness. You're starting to see things, starting to become better at recognizing, and this will lead to what? The experiences of what they call cosmic consciousness. That means complete freedom. The mind is clear. It's raised up to the cosmic level where it's letting it do its own thing. That's a beautiful thing. Practicing the virtues and living a life of simplicity, righteousness opens the way of what? For spiritual growth. That's how it's done. Every day you build up your blessings by doing the right thing, and you'll see the spiritual growth. Why? Because one's passion, to control one's passion is to what? Master one's own fate. You own only good. I know as the right thinker, I'm in a situation where I want to do what that guy do. Handle situations that way. Thank God for the change. Thank God for the wisdom and mastering of self and my emotions. So I didn't do what the ego wanted to do. I didn't give in to the ego. I stayed committed, stayed firm to what I believed to be right, and it worked out. That's called letting go and letting God. I don't control certain things. Let it take care of self. But I do control what I do. So I'm getting better at that. That's self-mastery at its best. When you know you change. Damn what somebody else said. Oh, I'm proud of you didn't do that. Man, I don't care. I'm proud of myself. First of all, that I didn't do that. So your acknowledgement don't really do nothing for me. Don't think because you're telling me I'm not ego tripping. So what you say, good or bad, don't move the needle with me. Understand that? So I'm not living my life based on what you think and how you feel about what I do. Do I look like the kind of guy who give a damn about what somebody think? I don't understand. But let's go. And you should feel the same way. It ain't just a person thing. It's everybody has the same right. And if you study the teachings of right thinking philosophy and you practice them and add in what? Self-control. I got spiritual discipline. I got spiritual control. But you also got to implement self-control, silence, and constant what? Meditation. I can go into a meditative state of mind and calm myself down. I know how to reach that level. Wait, whoa, before you go to, put the brakes, calm it down. You have to be able to do that. And every now and then you'll see me call myself, oh, something stop. Why? Because you stop feeling yourself going that way. You need to be able to reel yourself in. You shouldn't have somebody else to control you. You should be able to control yourself. That's the virtue. Okay. Virtue is having control over oneself. Watch this. Where we at? They'll keep feeling down there. And then okay, especially oh, here we go. And you practice virtuous living, you simplify your life, and it opens the way for spiritual growth. And it does what? It decreases your mental agitation. I tell you, when I get upset, I go right to meditation mode. Why? To calm myself down. When you get agitated and excited, stop. calm, breathe. That's the first thing. And it decreases your mental agitation from what? Your worries or your inordinate worries or your inordinate worldly concerns. Things that don't bother you, you don't control none of that. So I don't control myself. Anything that I don't control, that takes practice. A lot of people say that and worry about every little thing. So that's not what I do. I don't care. If one maintains, listen, balance in what? All conditions, not just when it's convenient, not just when you like it, all conditions you have to show balance, respect, and restraint. Watch this. Then there will be no situation that will interfere with one's intuition of truth and righteousness. I'm going to do what's right in every situation I'm confronted with at this point in my life. That's what that means. Okay. You have to work on it. It don't just happen. You don't wake up all of a sudden, you handle every situation and nope, takes practice. Okay. Now, when you live in truth and righteousness, or in what? Or achieving what? Mental calmness. That's the purpose of meditation. For what? Meditation. I love it. This is the way to what? To the top of the pyramid. Everybody's down here. There's a bunch of people here. Okay, that's where y'all start. It's a starting point. And the more you progress in being virtuous, living right, and doing, the higher you're gonna get up to that pyramid. And when you get to the top, you're gonna look around like, the hell? Ain't nobody here. Because everybody climb a little different. But if you make it to the top, do you care about how other person got there? If I'm here, man, whoever's here, that's cool. Why? I'm here. The idea is to get there for yourself and don't worry about who is or ain't there. When you had a kumbaya, I'll use example. When I go into my kumbaya state, gather around. Everybody on the same vibrational state, so we all feel good. That's kumbaya, it's vibrating. When you have a kumbaya moment, you need to look who's there. More important, who's not there. Why? Because some people you can't have that moment with. Why? Because they vibrate on a different frequency and their spirit ain't where it need to be. So they turns off. Why? All the spirits got to be in the line. When I had my class, we rose up to the highest level. Why? This is the upper room. You need to act accordingly. Raise your consciousness. So pettiness and this, that was all left downstairs. Still in the house, but I don't allow it in my room. So right here, if you come into my place, my space, it's all positive vibes up in here. If you come in here with a bad, I'm gonna put you out. Why? I don't know, mama. You got to go. So I don't open my space to any and everybody. Why? Because you bring a bad juju, negative vibration, low self-esteem, sneaky, deceitful people. I don't like to be around them people. Why? Because I can feel the vibration. Remember, my third eye open, my veil of ignorance is lifted. I can see clearly. Let's go. Sorry about that. Quick lesson. Now we're going on to watch this. Feelings. Understand? Here we go. Feelings, emotions, and passions are good servants, but poor masters. You can't, and women, I love you. You can't run your life on how you feel. You got to get control of that. And most women who are successful have control over their emotions, their passions. Okay? Why? Because they know that won't get it done. They done had experience, so obviously they got better at it. So understand this. Let's go right quick lesson. Giving into what? Hate, vengeance will only lead to what? The undoing of the body and the spirit. To control one's passion is to master one's fate. Study. Oh, I did that one. No, okay, cool. Okay, study the teachings and practice. Yeah, I just did that. Another thing is, oh, I did the period. No, excuse me. All right, okay, we good. The same thing over there. All right, gotcha. All right. Studying the teachings of right thing philosophy and practicing them daily will get you where you need to be. And meditation is part of the course. Why? It's the Kuhlman mechanism. You never go to extremes with anything. Anything. For one extreme leads to what? Another. That's bipolarism. From one extreme to the next. That's never good. So always what? Strive for what? Balance. My girl. In all things. It didn't say something. It say find always strive to balance in all things in your life. Moderation and equanimity in all events and situations are what? The deeper implications of what? The scales of Maya. Keeping your balance in life is the way to live. In this manner, watch this. Your inner peace, or the inner peace that allows for what? The quieting of the mind to occur. You need to calm yourself. You need to be at peace. Nice breathing recommendation. Nice inhale, out here. Nice inhale, nice relaxation. And let the mind does what it does. The body got to be along for the ride. So it has to be at ease also. Remember that. In this manner, okay, we just did that. Now, in this quiet, it is what? Possible to discover what? Your deeper self is in there. Like George said, you might want to really blow a hole, but you got to go deep. Let's go deep. This is the meaning of what? Ancient admonition. It says, now make thy body still, meditate that you may know the truth. That's the ancient Egyptian proverb. Indians took it and put it to a whole nother level. They're going to sit there for hours meditating. My dude, Sai Guru, he went into meditative state. I don't usually keep track of the hours, the time, whatever it is. But when I go into meditative state, I just go there for a minute. Why? I got other things to do. So I didn't have all day to see how long I can meditate, how many hours I can spend in that meditative state. When you understand how and what meditation is about, you use it to your benefit. That's what I'm saying. Moving on. I'm just trying to tell you, I'm a yogi. I meditate daily, but the time is different. But my man Sadi Guru, he went to a meditative state and stayed there for 13 days. I'm just saying. So brother knows something. That's why I listen to him. I know a few things too. Pay attention. I can help you out. I ain't going to a 13-day meditative state. I got knowledge and understanding that I can share with you. Let's go. Now, from the one, everything's on the one, you have pure consciousness. That's God. And it comes what? To the other two males. From the one, pure consciousness, God, watch this, and comes the what? The other two. Now you got male and female concept. We know the yin and the yang. Okay, you got spirit and matter. They go together. They circle. They work together. Watch this. You got male and female. Not always man and woman. Just mean opposites, equal opposites. It ain't always got to be somebody's in control. No, they say equal for purpose. Balance. We're back to Maya. Watch this. Now, male and female. So now what? There can be interaction. Mainly in the physical world, intercourse. Why? By yourself, you ain't doing that. But watch this. That's why he said, I was one, I became three, because duality started after him. He had male and female. That's why. So in the present, watch this. The principle of duality, again, male and female conception, is what? Present throughout all manifestations in the phenomenal world. Why? Because it's based on duality. You can't have one. No, you can't have two equal opposites for just one thing. So the world of nature is even including the human body. Nature is based on male and female for reproduction purposes. Human body is the same way. And they're saying that the universe going on inside our body. We got 11, 12 organs that operate independently. You got 12 chambers in the brain. So that number 12 is significant. Why? It's an important thing that governs the body. Watch this. Now, in each of us, there is what? A male and a female aspect of consciousness. Left side emotion, right side masculine. Okay, that's man and woman. But there's a Venus and Mars, whatever. But it's opposites again. Opposites. You need opposites to make a whole. To make life male, female. There's no other way that you can do the take the egg and cut. But yeah, but that's all man. But natural order things is male and female. Yeah, I want to become one. Have intercourse. That's what it's about. To what? Reproduce. That's the only way. Well, unless you just right now, we in a world where everything is based on desires. So it ain't a reproduction purpose for man and woman to get together. They just want to get together. Man to man, woman to woman. They don't care. It's just the idea. So that's taken to a whole nother level. That's not balanced. Okay. It ain't natural. So moving on. So therefore, listen, in order for creation to exist or to continue, one truth must appear to be what? More than one. Male, female. Different but the same. Why? Because they need each other. Got it? Got it? Always. Watch this. The Trinity. Man, woman, offspring. That's the Trinity. Seen, but unseen, seen, manifested. That's the Trinity of God. Amen, Ra, Ptah. So it's always there, always present. The duality is always there. Watch this. Now we have to understand it in the phenomenal world, human body. Okay, the female aspect got that. There is, watch this. Therefore, in order for creation to exist, there you go. The one truth must appear to be more than that. Maya is therefore composed of what? Two aspects or two truths, which are really two sides of what? The same reality. You got a coin, heads and tails. There's two different sides of the same coin. You got political party, because you got left wing and right wing, but it's still the political party. And politics and political mean they don't tell the truth. So either wing, pick the lesser two evil. That means both of them is evil. Okay? Get the concept. Knowledge and understanding how things work in the world will just make you a little more aware of what's going on, so you won't fall prey, you won't be victim to some of the nonsense. Okay, I live in the world, but I'm not of it. Why? I'm above all that nonsense. I'm Haru. I rise above all that. That's what you had to have knowledge to do that. If you're dealing with an ignorant person, you can get ignorant, get in the mud, and get dirty and be wild like him, or you could become Haru. Raise your consciousness, avoid them, and move on. Okay, your choice. This concept, watch this, is termed, when you got two opposites with the reality, this concept is termed as Mayate, M-A-A-T-I. The task of what? All religions, here you go. The task of all religious or mystical system is to what? Have balance. The interplay between what? Male and female, night and day, good and evil. Get the concept? Okay. Now consider together Mayate. That is what? To have the understanding and to achieve an internal mode of what? Consciousness, which is rooted in the one instead of being caught in the interplay. In other words, to keep the balance. Evidence from the prehistoric times, watch this, suggests that what? An imbalance existed between male and female. Here's a little education, fellas, and this is going to maybe open your eyes to a few things. A lot of times we have dots, little bits of information stored around. And when you get information that's going to connect one dot to another, that's clarity. That's getting understanding. That's the beautiful thing when it happens. You got to allow that because you got to be open for listening to something else other than what your dot you got that you think is something. Watch this. Prehistoric evidence time suggested that there was an imbalance in the male and female humans, such as that, watch this, females controlled the knowledge of birth and therefore controlled man by keeping them what? Ignorant as to the participation in childbirth. That's men. I don't want to hear about women problems. When I was a kid, I hear women, I don't know. That's y'all stuff. Okay. So there's certain things that they got that they keep, and during the ancient time, they knew the secret of childbirth. So they kept the man in the dark, ignorant. But we, watch this, we was looking at them like they was somebody special. And once they figured out that they wasn't, the worst thing you can do is fake somebody out and believe and think of something that's not true. Why? Because when they find out, you're held responsible, and that's where the liars get caught. It's self-defeat when you get caught cheating. It's called cheating when you're not being honest and forthright and transparent. You're cheating. Why? You hiding something. God got the eye for a reason. He sees all conceptually, but that's the idea. But watch this, keep it balanced. And it's evidence, watch this, that women had control. Some historians believe that women were able to what? Maintain an illusion of superiority, which caused men to hold women in awe. That had to be a long time ago. Why? Men don't have respect for the woman. Okay? When you can disrespect your mother, when you can degrade your mother, your grandmother, you not have no respect for women. I grew up and was raised by women. I got nothing but utmost respect for the females. Okay? Respect them. I was young, I didn't wasn't so good at that, but I got better. So I learned what? You got to have respect for the women. Simple as that. Our young, old, in between, don't make a difference. Respect them. Why? They deserve it. Nothing else. Putting up with your BS. So therefore, at the time, women were able to what? Control men. Think they still doing it. They still got the thing that control you, trust me. But at the time, it was with the birth thing. If we talking about the birth, all right, and watch this. Women were able to control men and what? Abuse them. Can you imagine Yeah, there's still being done today. I could see that. But just imagine women was calling the shots, unlike the modern day abuse of women by men in our society. Yeah, you got women thinking they gotta be subservient to men. You got women believing it's their fault in the Garden of Eden that they all that nonsense. So y'all been tricked. Now y'all tricked us. Now we tricking y'all. See how it go. So it's never good. So bad equal more bad. Okay, you can't fight bad with bad. Why? It just get worse. That's why. Balance. There's no balance in bad and bad. There's nothing there to balance. Watch this. So we had that issue with society is different. Why? Because men then got wiser and they really take it out. And as watch this, as the men gradually became what wiser, knowledgeable about what their participation in conception, they reacted in a mentally vengeful manner. They put the women in a negative light and been rationing her ever since. And thus, civilization plunged into what? The other extreme, here we go, which eventually led to, y'all remember this? The witch hunts and other such atrocities against women? Mm-hmm. So we ain't going there. We took the lesson. Oh, I got to get this done. Sorry about that. They just seem to be longer, but hopefully they're more informative. I can take my time and point out my little stuff as I go. Here you go. The concept is harmony is the union of opposites. When you got two people singing, harmony, four people, harmony, six people, harmony. You can always mix all those sounds. They come together. It's a beautiful thing. So when you got the heart and mind, that's harmony coming together. Watch this. Harmony is the union of opposites. That's an ancient Egyptian proverb. Watch this. From a deeper perspective, by having what? Intuitive understanding of what? The union underlying creation and of its appearance of what? Duality. One can identify with the union, the oneness, and therefore cultivate this unity within one's own self, aka know thyself. And this is the basis of what? The Tantra Yoga, which is the yoga of Kama Sutra. They have different positions, sexual positions. Why? Because they want to get into each other so much that they do that. And Tantra Yoga is one of, I tell you, I don't practice that one. Okay, but watch this. Tantra Yoga is what? Seeking union with God. Through what? Through the worship and understanding of what? Nature. Nature's the female. The spirit is male as a projection of God, which is the male. Again, they go together. Mother Nature, Father Spirit. Spirit, Asar, nature, Isis, same concept. It don't change, so you can't use it and say, well, it said this time said no, it stays the same. Truth don't flip-flop. Truth don't, no, truth is truth. That's it. So, moving on, we're about to wrap it up. So they said the concept is as above, so below. Okay. Up there, same thing going on down here. Up there is spiritual. It ain't physical. We ain't going up there and the physical body stays here. The body stays on earth. The spirit goes up there, remember? It got wings. So get the concept, understand it, and it's better to understand. And if we understand, see, that which is below the physical world, the manifested world, then we will understand that which is above. It's a spiritual world. That's God's domain. We think God's up there in heaven. Conceptually, yeah, but we mean in spirit. We mean it rises. God is down here inside man, walking earth like everybody else. He's here. He's present. He ain't went nowhere. Been here the whole time. And the spiritual world, which is God, who what? Who causes the physical world to exist in his what? Conscious mind. If we understand the human constitution, we will what? We will understand the cosmic constitution. I just told you, everything that's in the universe is going on inside us. All our organs working together, unified one, to keep the body in order. That's what keeps the universe in order. Same concept. If you understand that, I do. I can't break it down scientifically or whatever, but I understand it. Why? I study, I listen, and I can understand what's presented to me. And because, watch this, because the manifestation of an exact image of the source, meaning like the mirror, for every function, watch this, of an organ in the human body, well, and in the objects of the universe, really? They are likewise what? Cosmic organs and cosmic functions, which cause them to what? Manifest. Therefore, here we go. In order to pursue union with God, one must seek to what? Uphold that cosmic laws with respect to what? Balance of what opposites in all areas through perfect justice, righteousness, and with what? The greatest wisdom, which comes how? Not from our mental process, but from our soul, the Ba. And that wisdom of the Ba can be what? Accessed through seeking purity of the heart and through meditation daily as we pursue the union of opposites. Watch this. Here we go. We will discover what? That there are really no opposites, only the projected appearance of them. We will discover that underlying the names and forms projected by the netter, casual powers from God. The only reality is God. The cause is God. The causing netters are God. We in human flesh are God. All is God. See, we going with this. So therefore, wrapping it up, from an advanced standpoint, which was all right thinkers philosophy, we begin to see that there is no cause for creation of the world. Why? There is no past, no future, but only the eternal present, living life accordingly to the what? The teachings of virtue will engender a movement within what? The human heart, which allows the spiritual sensitivity to what? Develop. A person becomes sensitive to what? The transcendental reality which goes beyond ordinary human perception. You got to open the third eye. These eyes can only see the physical world. The third eye sees spiritually. Now, let me give you a quick lesson, wrapping it up with the synopsis of Mayat philosophy based on the Kemetic text. These are things that they show you a quick lesson. Living life in contradiction with the truth leads to what? Pain and suffering, as well as spiritual ignorance. That's what causes it, your ignorance of who you are. And this is called, watch this, in Mayat, which means unrighteous. Mayat means righteous. In Mayat means unrighteous, and it's spelled n/Mayat. The next one is, what does in Mayat mean? It means unrighteous. The path of Mayat, which is right action, is the answer. When you know something is wrong and you do that, you just committing a sinful act. Simple. When you know right from wrong and you do what's right, you will be blessed and rewarded. By who? Think about it. Next one is you got action. You see the I, it represents I read. Action to do something. It means something's being done. Why? Because for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Good, blessed. Bad, karma. See, we're going with that. Ain't a whole bunch of mumble jumble. I ain't got to sit here and get a whole bunch of scary. I ain't trying to scare you. I'm just trying to enlighten you, educate you to ways that we learn. And once you practice them, you know them for yourself. That's the point. Then you got the thing they call Arit Mayat, A-R-I-T. Ari is A-R-I. The T is the female. Everything with the T on it pretty much shows you the female aspect. Okay, so remember that. Work right, rightly. Lead life of what? Here's a word I haven't heard in a while: integrity. If you have integrity and you live right in accordance with what? The Mayat principles, something will happen. I ain't saying be a Christian, praise the roof, and learn my act with fool. No, just live right, make all your actions right and good, and something will happen. You will receive a blessing. Simple. And in life, and you will want the blessings. Trust me, trust me. And when you start getting them, because of what you're doing, you're going to continue to do that. That changed my life. I made the deal. If I do right, I get blessed. I've been running that till up ever since. I got a 10-year running doing that. So trust me, it works. Why? I'm trying to tell you, I know. Again, Ari, A-R-I-M Hotep, it means work contentedly. Work, be happy with what you're doing. I love, right now, I'm at work. I'm on my job. I'm happy, I'm content, I'm doing my best ability. Work contently with what? Peace and contentment without egoistic desires. I have no ego sitting here trying to be and do. Nope. I'm just teaching a philosophical concept I want you to learn. It ain't nothing to do with my ego. That's well under control. Without ego, egoistic desires or expectations. Now, I do want the numbers to look good, but I was told by one of my disciples, man, what you're doing ain't about the numbers. It's about the people who want what you're doing. I get it. So, but I do want the numbers to look good. I'm just saying. So, yeah, it's just human nature, but I understand it. And when you become philosophically understanding things, you don't want personal thing. Why? You beyond that. So my student tell me, Master, you live for views. Good point. I like that. When you got a student that you can learn from, that's a good thing. That's beautiful. So I appreciate Tahuti. Let's go. You got Mayat Ab. That means your heart. We're talking about the ab. The ab is the heart. Mayat, you balance your heart. Watch this. Oh, well. Thus attain purity of heart. By how? Become true of speech, spiritually enlightened, and be Makaru. That's me. I'm speaking from the heart. I'm speaking the truth. I got no ill will, no hidden agenda, none of that. So it's all good. So let me wrap this up. With you doing that, you get Iraq Haru. There's an I with the bird. Action, which is consciousness. And when we're doing that, you receive what? The I of Haru, the perfected action, the Eucharist. Sound familiar? The union with God, the act of what? Becoming one with the divine. That's the highest action of a human being. Knowing thyself and knowing that you and God are one. Becoming Haru is what I do for you. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. I'll be back.